Hello, everyone out there in the multiverse. I'm Dan.
And I'm Drea, and we own Multiverse Comics in Culpeper, Virginia. And so our topic today is shipping. Just so you know, that is a term that might be well known in fan circles, but just in case you don't know what a shipper is, I'm a shipper. I'm the shipper. A shipper is someone who focuses on the relationships in any story. And this could be either romantic relationships or simply friendships. Although usually it's romantic relationships, let's be honest with ourselves. And I am a die-hard, hardcore shipper. Now, that does not mean that I think everybody should be in a romantic relationship. This isn't Friends. But I do look for I look for really strong relationships between characters. And sometimes it's a friendship. Sometimes I'm hoping for the romantic relationship. And that's why I love tropes like love triangles when they're done well. I love tropes like hate to love when it's done well. So basically the antithesis of a Hallmark movie. They don't do it well. Sorry, I love watching Hallmark Christmas movies, don't get me wrong. But let's face it, they wear those tropes out. So with that said, Hun, love of my life, you ship us? Good, because we're married. I ship us. As a shipper, what arcs or issues would I really, really enjoy? Like, I already know, for example, I really like, in the Young Justice cartoon, I really like Dick and Wally's friendship and relationship. I totally shipped Wally and Artemis, romantically, and, of course, the whole Connor and Megan thing, which that just made me angry as a shipper because things. So, so as a shipper, what series and specifically arcs and issues am I really going to enjoy? Let's start with romantic ships.
Romantic ships. All right. I think Volume 1 of Runaways.
Yes, I agree. I agree.
And then you've read it, but you should avoid as a shipper Volume 2 of Runaways.
Oh my gosh. Yes, absolutely.
And the current Runaways also, even
Avoid.
though it starts good,
Yeah.
but then ends, yeah.
See, it's not even avoiding as a shipper. It's just, it's heartbreak. Why? Seriously, like, I think it's his goal to make me cry on one of these videos.
You asked me a question, I'm answering it. I mean,
Go ahead.
all right.
So, Runaways. Volume 1, not 2 and 3.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. To be honest, because of the serialized nature of comics and the fact that it doesn't end,
Yeah, it's hard.
most relationships, you don't ship romantically. I mean, there's a couple.
So as a shipper, I'm going to hate comics.
Reed and Sue.
Right,
You
yeah,
can always ship those two. They're always. I mean,
And Ben and
Alicia.
yes.
They have
thank
their
you.
ups and downs, but they're currently married, so
Fair enough.
It's okay. Yeah.
Shenanigans.
All right. Then.
Sorry.
Inside joke.
Yeah. Well, if you read the comic, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Yeah. So mostly, I think you would enjoy the friendship relationships.
Okay. So, and let me just do a really quick PSA for my shipper friends out there. Harley and Joker are not a relationship, a healthy relationship. They are a toxic, horrible. He hates her. He does not love her. He broke her. So if I see another meme or Facebook post or Instagram or whatever about get you a man who can and then show Harley and Joker kissing, I'm going to throw something because stop it. That is not healthy. If someone is treating you like that, get help. I'm done.
All right. You're good.
Thanks.
You're good.
Friendships.
Friendships.
Oh, wait. Sorry, before we move on from the romantic ones, what about the Dark Phoenix saga? Now, I realize that is heartbreaking. Okay, I realize that the relationship between Scott and Jean is just heartbreaking, and especially when it's retconned to be not her in the first place. But I mean, isn't that like their relationship, their thing? It shows the love that they have, especially from Scott's point of view, since for him it's always real because it's always him. Would that be something that you would recommend to a shipper, despite its devastating overall story?
It depends on the shipper.
That's fair.
For you, probably not, because again, it ends in tragedy. You don't like that. You don't like the ships ending in tragedy. So
it depends. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Because see,
I know the
how
story.
that ends. So if
Yeah.
you read that, you'd probably enjoy it. But if you read it as it was coming out,
Right, that's fair.
yeah. See, you have hindsight on your side
That's
right
fair.
now.
That's fair. Okay, so moving on. Friendships.
All right, friendships. A good one is the very first Young Justice series,
Okay, yeah.
leading into the Teen Titans volume with Tim Drake and Superboy.
Okay.
Yes. Their relationship is a very complex one.
Yeah.
They started out, seriously hating each other.
It's hate to love friendship style.
Yeah. Superboy was, thought Tim was, very square. And
It's just so funny. It just cracks me up.
And Tim thought
Tim.
Superboy was reckless. So, it's
Well, in his defense.
in his defense, what?
In his defense, he didn't have much real life experience, and he was almost invincible.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, he had a reason for it being.
Right.
He was also egotistical and.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, very, very much.
Is,
Yeah.
not was, is. That doesn't, I don't, in my opinion, that doesn't ever go away for Connor.
Yeah, he pretty much thought he should be the leader because he had the S on his chest. That's
Yeah.
yeah. One of my favorite lines is like, "Okay, fine, you can be the leader. Just do what I say." That was from Tim. So.
You know what the chain of command is? It's the chain I go and beat you with to show you who's in command.
Anyways,
Sorry, I have to quote Firefly at some point.
all right. Over the course of the series, they grew to be friends, and and stuff like this. So by the time
Unified in their annoyance towards Bart.
yeah. That's another really cool one with Superboy and Bart.
Yeah, that's true.
But by the end of the series, and then when Teen Titans started, they were, best friends where they were confidants and,
Right.
A mutual respect for each other.
Right.
Plus, Superboy was a little less egotistical by this point.
Yeah. He'd grown out
He
of it
calmed down a little bit.
He can't fully grow out of it. I mean, let's face it. He's always going to have that aspect of him. And how can you help it? I mean, it's amazing that Superman is as humble as he is.
Yeah.
And plus, with Superboy, he's got no in the comic. I know in the cartoon it was Lex Luthor and Superman's DNA combined. Is it the same in the comics?
Well, yes and no. Originally, no, it was he was just a clone of this Cadmus scientist and using something from Superman to simulate powers. He wasn't actually even a clone of Superman.
So, in order to make my point, I'm going to use the retcon version, which is he's got two daddies, one of whom is Lex Luthor. Who, if you have any Luthor DNA in your genes, you're gonna be egotistical. He can't really help it. So that's why I'm a little bit more forgiving of Connor than I am of Superman.
Okay.
Not that I don't hate Superman much.
All right. Good. Anyway, moving on.
Moving on.
Okay.
Who else?
Who else? Good friendship.
Ben and Thing and Human Torch.
Yes.
I
Well,
think,
they have like a sibling rivalry type thing going on.
right.
It's
But their banter is enjoyable. Like as a shipper, I want them to be, connected and join. I want their relationship to grow, and it does.
I'm not saying it doesn't qualify. Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah. I was clarifying their relationship though.
Gotcha.
But yeah. That's a good one.
What about male-female friendships?
Male-female friendships.
Yeah. What is okay, Rogue. Yeah, Rogue, and then what is that one character that she has like a really good friendship with? She doesn't see him very often. I'm blanking on his name, but when they went to I think Asgard and she lost her powers temporarily, they ended up dancing. Who is that character? Do you know who I'm talking about?
I do not.
Okay, if you guys remember who I'm talking about, I'm
yeah.
blanking, completely blanking. But in the comments, if you would give it, and I might remember who it is later and put it in the comments. But anyway, yeah, but that's one too where you that's one that I can think of. But any others?
Yeah, there's Spider-Man and Human Torch is a good one.
Okay.
They started out very much like Tim and Connor,
Yes.
but
Because who can get along with Human Torch right off the bat? Nobody.
yeah, but both of them were kind of slinging insults. They weren't just
Right.
different. Yeah, but
Fair enough. What about male female?
male female though.
I stumped you.
No, I mean, in the movies, I would say Black Widow and Hawkeye.
Yes, absolutely.
Because I don't think they've ever really had that relationship because it did start out somewhat romantically, and she was manipulating Hawkeye and stuff. But yeah, but yeah, so I have to use the movies for that one.
Okay.
Comic wise,
Stumped ya.
yeah, a little bit.
All right.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Male and female that's not romantically involved. That's not related.
That never get romantically involved. Wonder Woman and nope. I will say this, having watched different iterations and read different iterations of the Wonder Woman and Batman or Superman, and let's face it, that ship is not going to sail. I'm just, as a diehard shipper though, I'm going to build that ship. Wonder Woman and Batman every single time. So
Okay.
I know that the loves of his life were Talia and Selena, and I will accept Talia to a degree, especially because Damien exists, and I really like the character Damien, so I'm glad that relationship happened, sort of. But yeah, Selena, no, always Wonder Woman with Batman.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, speaking of Damien.
Speaking of Damien.
Damien and John Kent.
Yes.
They are awesome. Especially since, Damien's like, always talking about how he's older and just
Damien's just great.
His face,
Damien's just great.
Yeah.
All right. So I think that I may have stumped you with the whole male-female thing.
Yeah,
we might have to come back to that. But yeah, knowing what I do about the relationships that you've talked about, the friendships and the love relationships, because you're right. I mean, with the serialized comic, very few love relationships last. I mean, even with Scott and Jean, and all the things that happened there, that didn't even last. And it's like, if they can't last, how can I? Because they're comics. That's why that they're not going to. And so but hey, that doesn't keep us shippers from holding out hope and still continuing to watch the shows and watch the movies and read the comics and still ship Wonder Woman and Batman till the day I die.
There you go.
So enjoy reading, and we will see you in the multiverse.